Ace Incompetent in. I hear the beach is lovely this time of year. A World of Tanks video by Dangerously Incompetent. I'm driving the T110E5, USA's Tier 10 heavy tank. We're on Airfield, it's a Tier 10 battle. Now, in this battle, I managed to block with my armour over 3,000 damage. I deal out 6,000 damage, and I do 1,500 assist. Now, that's pretty good going. I was well pleased with myself. Now, playing this T110 E5 quite heavily recently, I've been getting masteries 2s and 3s quite commonly, but this was my first ace, and it just shows that some people are doing very nicely in this tank. Thank you very much. Now, as well as being an ace tanker award for this battle, you can see a bit of tactics. You can see that the enemy have gone really rather heavily on the beach. And luckily, there's quite a few of us down south to deal with them. And seeing so many going south, I thought it was worth a punt. See if I can push through here and get the surprise on people. I'll take a smack in the side from that AMX 5100 in the centre on the hill, but there seems to be very, very few people back here up in the north, when usually you'll expect to load. I'll have a peek or two through these bushes, check out whether there's anyone camping in their base who can get shots at me, but it appears not, so it's free shot time on those guys on the hill. Now, there's a strategic mistake I reckon the enemy have made, is they've gone heavily on the beach. Having gone heavy, they've really pushed a bit, but they haven't pushed far enough. They got into a position where they're stuck now. T110 E5 and a T34 and something else I can't quite see down there. Oh, let's have a look. Tiger 2. They're all a bit stuck, pinned down, and then there's a whole bunch of them in the centre and not very many up north, and the ones up north have taken positions that are quite far back and has allowed us to push forward, well, me particularly, and that T69 to push forward into positions where we can do a lot of threatening and, if they're not careful, a lot of damage. That T32 and S3 don't do very well at all. They just give me their sides all game, which is nice of them. The strategic moral of the story is if you're going to push hard somewhere, you should really refuse the other flank. That T32 and the S3 and that Ob 704 shouldn't have come round in the north. They just sat round their base. That way we'd have had, before we come to get grips with them, we'd have had to come the long way round, which would have taken time, and we'd have been crossing large amounts of open space before we got to them. Whereas as it is, they're in a bit of a crossfire. If they stick their noses out, the T32 and S3 will get blasted by the AMX 5100. And that Ob 704 is really wide open. He shouldn't have come so far forward. And now he's gone. Now we just need to know where that FE4005 is. And then the guys up north can sweep round for these two. In the meantime, those heavies down south, they're almost broken out. But not quite. Oh, there's the FV 2005. He's got very few hits left. And hooray! Someone else got him before I did. Stole my own kill. How could they? Now finish off this T-32. Now, I don't like the fact there's a Waffenträger E100 hanging around in their base. I don't want to go out in the open where that AMX-50 is. And who's this trying to get up my bottom? Why, it's an S7. Through the drive wheel into the hull, pull back to try and keep my side from him. He's come too far forward and he's totally surrounded. Let's take his tracks out so that everyone can shoot him. And he's gone. Nice. So, what to do now? We outnumber them quite heavily. Can we get shots on that Waffenträger? Ooh. Can I get the jump? Oh, no. Ooh, T-34. Can I get the jump on him? Can I? Can I get a bit airborne? Get a bit... Oh, he's not close enough to the cliff. But he's not paying attention to me. Oh, I fluffed my shot. And took my tracks out. But distracted him for the AMX-50 to finish him off. Let's go make sure that Waffenträger, because even if he does manage to get that AMX, he must be out of, well, almost out of ammunition by now in his clip, and then he's got really long reload. It'd be easy pickings. Except the AMX-50 is taking him apart. Now all there is left is the mopping up. Those guys are still pinned. Having come from the beach, they got there, what, 2 minutes into the battle, and here we are, 8 minutes into the battle, they've gone nowhere. And now they're totally surrounded. Well, the last one is totally surrounded. And the only question is, who's going to get the killing shot? Not me. But never mind, that's a win. And I'm quite pleased with that ace tanker. It's taken me a long time, over 100 battles before I got that. It's been hard work.